Alright, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites, doing this diligent work. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to
Yahawah, Yahawah.
Much love, double honors, and respect to the elders and apostles of all of Yahawah. We all know that they be at Great Millstone. And blessings and salutations to you out here that are out here diligently doing this work with truth and sincerity. Right now we're going to start off with 2 Kings, because these same Israelites that are out here amongst us are the same Israelites that were acting a fool and committing all kinds of wickedness back in the ancient days. Wherever got you.
Okay, 2 Kings 7 and 6. For Yahawah had made the host of Syria to hear a noise of chariots. 76, right?
No, it's 17. 17.
Oh, 17, slightly, all right. 2 Kings 17 and 6. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Syria and placed them into Halah in the harbor by the river of Gozan and in the cities of the Medes.
Now this is a time where the northern kingdom got put into Assyrian captivity because of all the witchcraft and idolatry that they were committing. And the Most High finally took the northern kingdom and took them off out of his sight, because of the perpetual wickedness they kept committing.
For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Almighty their power, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, the king of Egypt, and feared other gods.
And the northern kingdom, the Latinos, the Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, they kept doing the things that was according to the heathen customs. So because of that, the Most High, like I said earlier in my previous statement, the Most High, put them in captivity under the Assyrians.
Verse 8, and walk in the statutes of the heathens, whom Yahawah cast out from before the children of Israel, and the kings of Israel, which they have made.
Yep.
And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Almighty their power, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city.
So not only were they just committing transgressions against the Lord, they thought they could do it secretly. So all these things the Most High is observing, and it's perpetually perplexing them. It's pissing them off.
Excuse me. And they set them up images in groves, in very high hills, and under every green tree.
Yep, and this is going into the idolatry I was speaking about.
And there they burnt incense in all of the high places. They did the heathens whom the Yahawah carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke Yahawah to anger.
Yep, because they was secretly keeping the customs of the heathens. Primarily at that time, he was talking about the Amorites and the Philistines that was around battling, that the Lord had took it out from the midst of them. And they were, and instead of following the law, statutes, commandments, and taking heed to the power that had delivered them from these heathens, they go and do the same thing that the heathens were doing.
Verse 12, for they served idols thereof, the Yahawah has said unto them, ye shall not do this thing. Yet the Almighty testified against Israel and against Judah, and by the prophets, by all the prophets, and by all the seers, saying, turn ye from your evil ways, and keep my commandments and my statutes, according to all of the law which I commanded
your fathers, in which I sent to you by my servants the prophets. You know, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're doing the same thing. We have to go tit for tat with these hard-headed Israelites. Every reincarnation, we had to keep going back and forth with these niggas, telling them that y'all going off. We got to constantly tell the 2/3 of Israel that they're going off, and that the things that they need to do is the things that they hate to do. You know, they keep committing idolatry, keep worshiping these false gods, these idols that you reverence and cater to so damn much. But you're supposed to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments which the Lord Yahawah have given unto us.
Verse 14.
That's a lot. And the other point was that the Lord Himself testified against you through us prophets and seers that have been coming out here giving you prophecies, telling you that certain destructions and calamity is going to be happening because of the wickedness that y'all want to keep doing. You want to keep following at these damn heathens, thinking that it's some type of appraisal doing that shit. No, you keep following at the heathens, the Lord's going to destroy you. And that's what happened with the northern kingdom. Because y'all wanted to keep doing what the heathens did, the Lord put the northern kingdom into captivity. Right?
Yep. Verse 14, notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks like the neck of their fathers, that did not believe in Yahawah their power, and that they rejected His statutes and His covenants that He made with their fathers, and His testimonies which He testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain. And they followed vanity, and went after the heathens that were around about them.
You know, and that's the point, man. Y'all keep following after these damn heathens. You guys have been blessed with the almighty power that created heaven and earth. Everything that you see the Lord have created, and you want to worship the things that are created by men. You want to follow after the vain traditions of men.
I got a precept.
Yeah,
because when you check the history of the Bible, even when you go back to the book of Genesis and you're dealing with Adam and all of the different people that were on the planet Earth, you know, when you're dealing with the serpent, which was an actual man, he taught Eve to do after the philosophies of those other nations that was on the land, in that land at that time. You know, when she went and taught it to her father, it's things that happen are the same things remixed. So the result of that was the children of the sons of the Most High at that time being kicked out of the garden. Adam was kicked out of the garden. You know, when the Most High gave the children of Israel that landmass, that region, that land of Israel, He gave them a certain lifestyle and a way of living that they were supposed to live in a way that they were supposed to conduct themselves. And that way meant that they couldn't follow after the philosophies of the other nations. Remember, that's the same thing that happened in the Garden of Eden. You know, so the Most High was distraught. The Most High was pissed at us, man, because our people began to idol worship. Our people began to worship the stars. Our people began to follow the other gods of the heathens, which are no gods. You know, even though there's spirits and demons that's behind those different idols. You know, but there's only one true power, and that's Yahawah, who is of heaven and earth. And this is the same Yahawah that delivered our people out of the land of Egypt. So you should know that's the reason why when you read the scriptures and the Most High is always getting in Israel's ass, he's telling them, I am your power that delivered you out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You saw my power. You saw me perform wonders and works. You saw me confound the gods of Egypt. That's the reason why the 10 plagues happened in Egypt, to confound the 10 different gods that they were worshiping. Now, this is Deuteronomy 18, and beginning at verse 9. It says, when thou art come into the land which Yahawah thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his sons or his daughters to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, unto Yahawah. And because of these abominations, Yahawah thy power doth drive them out from before thee. You know, so they were getting into witchcraft, they was getting into sorceries, all different kind of things, you know, were set up and that they were doing, you know, which they were doing it to their different gods and their deities that they were worshiping. So the Most High drove them out of that land for all of the wickedness that they were doing, and he gave the land unto us. And when he gave that land unto us, there was a certain principle, a certain way of lifestyle that we were to uphold, and it was to fear the Most High Heavenly Father and to keep his commandments. Verse 13, well, verse 12, it says, for all that do these things are an abomination unto Yahawah, and because of these abominations, Yahawah thy power doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with Yahawah thy power. For these nations which thou possess hearken unto observers of times and diviners. But as for thee, Yahawah thy power hath not suffered thee to do so. No, suffer thee so to do. No, so we're supposed to follow our power who is in heaven, man. You know, not these deities, not burning incense into idols, you know, not consulting with familiar spirits, not consulting with wizards. You know, those are heathen. Those are heathen customs, which are abominable in the sight of Yahawah, man.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Read the next verse.
For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land and in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye.
God. No? So the Most High, we're the Most High's inheritance. And as we're the Most High's inheritance, the Most High is our inheritance. You know? Yeah.
As an eagle stirreth up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings.
That's not what I wanted, though.
You told me 32.
Exodus 32 and 7.
Oh, Salaki.
I got a precept real fast.
That was a good precept, though, about who the Lord.
Leviticus 18, and Yahawah spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying unto them, I am the Most High, thy power, that after ye doing in the land of Egypt, herein ye dwell.
Read it one time.
What? After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, ye shall not do.
God, because they were into bestiality, they were into idolatry, they're into the things that were read about in Deuteronomy, the 18th chapter. They're into all different kind of behaviors that were abominable in the sight of the Most High Heavenly Father. You know?
And after the doings of the land of Canaan, neither whither thou I bring ye shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
So basically the Most High in a simple way said, do not follow after the heathens. Point blank. You're not supposed to follow after the heathens.
That's been the commandment from the beginning. You know?
It's from the get-go, man. It's not that hard. People are trying to make this more difficult than it has to be. The Lord said this, we do as the Lord said. There's nothing else to it. Period. Point blank. Blank.
I got a few more. Got a little bit of
Go ahead.
Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinance and walk therein. I am Yahawah your power, and ye shall walk therefore and keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Most High.
I can get 28, verse 28.
Verse 28.
Yeah.
Leviticus 18 to 28. And that the land spew not you out also where ye defiled it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you.
Because the Most High cast the heathens out of their land, like the Canaanites, because of the foul acts that they were committing in the land. So he moved their ass out the way. You know, swipe their ass to the left and let Israel come into the land. But Israel